harvest is finished, we are heading down to the seed warehouse. I got a return truck coming today to pick up all that corn and some beans and some pallets and boxes and all the stuff. So they're starting some tile work here. We're finding the existing tile, and we just started with this project. Sure if they're going to tear my lane out yet, tile through it, or they were talking about going around it, which I said, no, don't do that, just go through it, but whatever. I suppose it's time to clean up my corn leaves here. So I've got my return truck coming today. It's taking all of the bags of corn, the few bags of soybeans that we've got, all of the pallets that I have to return, and then we're going to fill the truck up with empty boxes. And so I'm trying to get everything organized. I still got a bunch of these boxes here from when we dumped the excess soybeans last week that I haven't gotten folded down. I've been working on some of them, but we got some more to go. And I got to be able to get to that stack of pallets, so we got to at least do another 4 here, it looks like. 4 or 8, or I should just do them all. But yeah, I think at this point everything has been returned. I may have 1 pallet out there yet to collect from a guy. Other than that, all the boxes are back. All of the seed is back, all of the pallets, except for 1. So hopefully they send some more trucks soon. We can get rid of all these boxes, and then I can get back to working on my ceiling a little bit more. I want to get that section done, I want to get that section done, and I want to get these 2 or this bay done soon. And that just leaves all this over here that's got door tracks and everything, and it's a real pain in the butt to do, but we need to get them done as well. So anyway, I'm just going through and organizing. I have to double check that everything there matches what's on the paperwork that I have to send in. So I'm just going through and doing all that, making sure my pallet counts are right. I'm supposed to have 13 pallets with seed on it, 58 other pallets to send in. You don't send back any extra because, well, they charge me. They charge me $25 a piece for every pallet that I don't send back, according to them. But they tell me I need 58 and 13, so that's how many we're sending back. And if I have more than that, they stay until next year in case I don't get some back somewhere. So, yeah. Anyway, and we got a whole crap ton of boxes that also have to get sent back. All right. We are good to go. I actually had to put another 10 pallets in that stack. So, and we're only sending 7 empties back because the truck will be full. That's what they told me. So that's what we're going to do. Hopefully the truck will be here in an hour or so, but you never know. Rylan, we should turn Mama's sprinkler on. Let's move it. We're trying to keep the pumpkins watered a little bit. Okay. Tile locating crews. Dad's filling their trenches back in. They dig them up to find them, and then they push the trenches back shut. There's a coupler. So the tile are in here on 45-foot spacing. The plan is to split the middles. And they are on an angle, but just a slight angle, so. So we have this pumpkin patch across the road where the corn plot is in the end rows of the field over there, and no way to get it watered. Well, I found a way. We're gonna set a tote over there. This was a used humic acid tote. It was basically empty, but there's a little in it. That's why the water's brown. And I threw a little tiny bit of 28 in there because we might as well fertilize them if we're going to water them, right? Well, I came up to the field here to see how our tank looks. It's not quite empty yet. I thought we might be empty, but it's not. Actually, I knew we weren't empty because I can still see flow, which is the great thing about having a flow meter work on your fertilizer pump, is that if you have flow, the tank is not empty. Now it shows 0 right now because all of this is off. Why is it off? Well, because we're making a turn. Once that gets lined up with path 104 there, it'll turn back on. Just finishing up the 5th pass across this field. Should be done by the end of today. Yeah. And we'll start in again. Let's see, what day was it when I was riding on the machine out here? Because that was just starting the field. So basically that plus, say, a day is how long it's taken to cover the field. There is, I don't know, maybe 100 gallons in there. Our tank is tipped down, so there's quite a bit in the front. Not much in the back. We'll come back in a few hours. We're letting this machine get lined up with its next pass. It's making the turn, You can see it moving up here at 7 inches per second. But if you look right here, we don't have any pressure. 0.9. Once it gets lined up, it will stop, go to 0 inches per second there, and say building pressure. And there's our well, and our injection pump is running. And once it sees that pressure down here, that's how long it takes to get to the machine. There we go. And now it's running. So now it starts the speed back up. 7.2. And now it runs out and does path 104. And if we pull this back up, now we have flow. 0.23. We got pressure. And we're putting our fertilizer on. So all is working. That's cool. Corn's starting to stretch out and get pretty tall over here. I don't see many tassels yet, but we're starting to get a few. I noticed some on the far side of the field where we have a different variety that's a little earlier maturing. We are standing straight out from me is the split between my check strip and my not check strip. You can see it, but getting harder to see from here. We're going to need to start getting the drone out to go and check that. Definitely still stands out. Not as drastic as has been, but it's still kind of cool here this morning. It's not in the middle of the heat of the day, so keep the water pumping. Keep it going, keep it going. Hopefully we get some rain. There's chances tomorrow, I think. Here's our spot of beans that had the spider mites. They're greening up. They're looking better. Got some new growth on them that's green. We killed them. They're dead, but it's gonna take a little while. Time to do a little crop scouting. You know when the most miserable time to be in a cornfield is? When it's 90 degrees, humid, and it's pollinating. Yeah, it's not 90 today, but it's not fun out here. This is the general area where we pulled that corn plant that we dissected a few days ago out. Let's look at our corn and see where we're at with stuff. We have got tassels with anthers on them. Lots of pollen falling. I don't know if you guys can see all that dust falling. You can see it all over the leaves. All of this yellow stuff, that is all pollen. It's fallen. We've got silks, lots of silks. And you will notice, I got lots of feedback on my one video about how you're going to get more than 1 ear per plant. And I'm like, well, generally not. Like, yeah, we got 2 ears throwing silks there. There's a third ear right there. Doesn't actually have any silks out. Isn't going to do anything. Same thing here. We got 2 ears. Only one of them's still going to make it. Like, it's possible you get 2 ears, especially like over here where we got a skip, right? This ear might make something. And we got a sucker. That ear might make something, but I doubt the ones out here will. So, anyway, what we want to look for here is any disease. We're staging. I'm going to pull an ear. We'll check pollination. All that good stuff. Let me look around a little bit. Well, I really like what I see here. Several things. One, we have great color. Okay, great color. There's not really any striping, streaking in the leaves. It's nice and green. I don't see any yellowing really, up top especially. That looks really good. Two, we have no real disease present. Nothing. I don't see any gray leaf spot. I don't see any northern corn leaf blight. We've got a few little spots like this, but I don't think that's really disease. I think that's from other leaves rubbing in some of the chlorophyll off or something. Every now and then you'll see a little black speck like that, but I am pretty sure that's bug poop and not tar spot. I have not seen any tar spot. We've just started looking, but I haven't seen any here yet. So all of that looks good. It could be some bug feeding too. One thing, where did that go? I did just notice, see this? Those are eggs. Those are some kind of caterpillar eggs, moth, whatever. If I had to guess right now, I would guess western bean cutworm. The purple eggs kind of hint towards that for me. That could be a problem later, because if that is western bean cutworm, those eggs will hatch and the worms, the caterpillars, will then start making their way down the plant, and they will bore through the husks on the ear and start eating into the kernels on the ear. So those could be a problem. We'll see if we see any more. Nope, I saw a shadow, but that's just some anthers pollen. That's probably insect feeding, could be Japanese beetle. But for the most part, that looks really good. We've got nice long silks. You'll notice the pink to them. That is genetic. Nothing there, no big deal there. They're long. We'll pull an ear here in a second, see how our pollination's coming. But as we move down the plant, I still don't see any disease pressure down here on the lower leaves. Probably has a lot to do with me spraying that V5 fungicide on it. We're green right to the ground. And when I say right to the ground, I mean leaves laying on the ground because there are roots growing through those nodes that are still green. That leaf is still attached. It's still technically probably doing a little photosynthesis when it gets some light. But really what these bottom leaves are now are like fuel tanks. They're storage cells. They are storing nutrients and energy reserves that plant can at any moment say, hey, I'm getting a little starved for nutrients, need some energy up here. Can you send some up? And it'll pull it out of these leaves, move it up to the top into the ear, and keep it going. So we love seeing the green all the way down the plant. As we get later, and especially if we start getting drier here, and if we start being short any nutrients, nitrogen specifically, you'll start to see these lower leaves fire, even the ones coming up the plant. And that's not a great thing, but it does happen. Ooh, what do we got here? A little genetic deformation or some kind of injury. Caused it to be a little warty. You'll notice we do have some of these older leaves that have browned up, but those leaves have, you know, they've done their job. So that looks really good. I pulled an ear here. We're just about done husking it. Let me see if I can do this without disturbing it and do it one-handed. Not real easily. All right, let me try something. We'll just use the corn as a tripod here. So, all right, so we've got this ear. I'm going to pull this last layer of husks off. I'm going to do it as carefully and gently as I can. But you're going to notice a lot of the silks fall off of it as soon as I do that. I'm not pulling on them. I'm not tugging them off. They just fall off. See that? Get this last little bit off the bottom here. That is a good thing. So what we know is that every kernel on this ear has a silk attached to it. If we shake that a little bit, all of these silks here detached from those kernels by themselves. I didn't pull them off, they just did it by themselves. A few of these are off, but you'll see about right here, all of those are still attached. We got a few clear down here at the base, but not many. Some of those are still attached. Some of them are just stuck. But about this section of this ear has not yet pollinated. All of these kernels have gotten pollen. The pollen has grown through the silks and has gotten to the ovule or the kernel, and it is now fertilized, and it begins its development as a seed, as a kernel, as an offspring of this plant. Now these ones out here that have not yet pollinated, you'll see we have some long silks, but we also have some that are very short silks that are just starting to grow. They can still catch pollen. We still have pollen floating around, falling off of these tassels, so it's not done with pollination yet. It's just 3/4 of the way done, we'll call it. So that looks pretty good. I'm really happy with that. We're going to pull these off here, and we'll go ahead and look at the ear, see what kind of kernel counts we come up with. All right, so this is an 18 around ear. That's excellent. I counted about 31 pollinated kernels, about 43 total length. So there's about 11, 12 kernels in the end of this ear that we're still waiting on some pollen. Now, we should get them. Hopefully we do, or at least get some of them, because that's a fantastic ear if we do. Looks really good. If you look really close, you can kind of see a little blister on some of those kernels that are fertilized as they're starting to grow and develop. The next stage, next growth stage, we'll call the blister stage. That would be R2. This is kind of sort of almost there. We're still kind of between R1 and R2 right now. And then it'll come into the milk stage after that, which is the sweet corn stage. So we break this in half. You can see our rows around. I'm pretty sure there's 18. That's what I had counted. So for the most part, darn good looking ear. I'm pretty happy with it. Better get our drone trailer ready to go. I think we've got a whole lot of spraying that's going to happen soon. So we'll get back down to the seed warehouse and get the rest of our stuff. I had put the drone and the charger on here because we did that little bit of spray. What did I spray? Spider mites. And we only needed one tank, so we didn't put all the other stuff on. But when we start spraying fungicide, we're going to need a bunch. We might go spray out another bag of manganese sulfate this afternoon. We should go over to those beans over there where we did that the other day. Or what was that? It's been 2 weeks now, so yeah. Got our stuff on here. I got a few things to do. One of the foot pads, rubber pads on the bottom of my generator thing there. It's supposed to look like that one. The bolt broke, so we got to take this off and get the broken stud out and try and fix that. I got the handle put down there. Eventually, I'll try and get a fold-down D-ring or something that just lays flat, so I don't have to keep taking it on and off. But that works for right now to be able to strap those generators down good. Got to get the battery box mounted back here and get everything strapped down good. Battery box is secured. Tanks are strapped down, generators are strapped down, got that foot fixed. I think we're good to go. I know I need to put fuel in both of the generators. Obviously we'll have to load up our mix, whatever we're gonna be spraying. I gotta sort of make some plans with that. I mean, I know what fungicide we're using, but I have some additive foliar stuff that we're gonna put in on some fields, but not all the fields, and gotta figure all that out. We're gonna load up some water here to do some drone flight testing, pattern testing. It's a little breezy. I don't know if that'll affect much or not. But anyway, my truck is here. I got to go and get him loaded up. Not unload, load. Okay, after a little bit of back and forth and confusion about whether beans could go on that truck, the beans are on the truck. Everything is gone. All we got left is some boxes. And I got a phone call earlier about scheduling trucks for that. Next week's going to be a really busy week for me, but it sounds like maybe next Wednesday. We got 5 truckloads of boxes to get out of here. 4 full ones and 3/4 of another load. So hopefully. All right, let's go test with our drone. Ought to be plenty of water, don't you think? Yeah, I just left the hose run while we were loading that up. Now we've got 150 gallons, so it'd be plenty. We're just gonna go out here in the bean stubble, or the wheat stubble here, especially where we mowed, because it'll be flat. I think we can get decent coverage pattern coverage testing done. There, holy cow, learn how to talk, dude. Yeah, I'll show you how we're gonna do this before. Now, one important thing to note is part of the advantage of a drone over a ground rig sprayer is the down prop wash that gets the fungicide and the chemicals down into the crop canopy when we're spraying corn. So we'll do some more of this once we actually start spraying corn, putting the test paper down farther in the canopy to see what our coverage is. But right now I just want to get width testing and see reasonably what's good. Maybe we'll try some different heights. We'll try different droplet sizes, different spray widths, that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm set up over there. Got a battery charging. I have some water sensitive paper here. It's yellow, but when it gets wet, it turns purple. And so we're gonna put some of these out. I'm thinking we're gonna do every 10 feet. I should probably do every 5, we're gonna do every 10. And we're gonna put like 6 or 8 of them out here. And then we're gonna fly the drone over it and we're gonna make a pass back. And we're gonna see what our coverage looks like. Make sure our overlap in the center looks decent. You know, in the center of the drone, we should have good coverage. And then we'll see how far kind of outside the path of the, you know, the pattern, we get decent coverage. And we're gonna start with a 28-foot spray path. And we might try one at 32. That's kind of the widest I've been told works. And then we might go down to 24 and see what that looks like. So I'm going to put these out. I've got some paper clips. I don't know if I need to try and clip them so they don't blow when the wind from the props washes over them or not. But I got a tape measure. We're just going to measure them out across here. All right, we laid them out here every 10 feet. We'll get the drone set up and we'll make a pass. We're just spraying water, so I'm not gonna hurt anything. Hopefully they don't blow away. We've got our drone loaded up with some water, and I've got a test field set up here with 2 passes in it. They are 28.29 feet apart, close enough. 10 feet above the crop. We're gonna fly 28 feet per second. We've got a very coarse droplet size, and we're gonna put on 2.5 gallon per acre. So let's run this test and we'll go out and check our paper. All right, I don't really want to hold this the whole time, so I'm just setting it on the ground. I'm trying to find some shade to keep it. Why is that disabled? Hold on.
It needs to be able.
Okay, now we're good to go. Trying to find some shade. This controller gets mighty hot when it's sitting in the sun all day, so.
Aircraft preparing to take off. Stand back at a safe distance. Aircraft on.
Oh my goodness, that's cool. All right, so it's gonna go out. It's gonna start on that side. Find a home point. The straw's gonna blow around, maybe give us some trouble, but we'll see. And now it's gonna spray down past our paper.
Oh, that car.
And then it gets down there a ways, it's gonna stop and turn. Come back on this side, so we'll have good overlap. We'll have even pass overlap in the center, and then we should be able to see on the sides how far out it's spraying. Not overlapping. We've got just a slight breeze today, blowing from the west to the east, but this is not conditions that should prevent us from spraying. Like if I can't spray in this, we got problems, so. All right, now we'll land it and go check. Well, I didn't, oh, maybe our paper did blow away. I see a bottom one. Oh well. I see nothing on this one, maybe a speck right there, but we're outside the pattern. So our papers are 90 feet and we only sprayed about 56 feet wide. So the outside ones we shouldn't really see much. Here we got one big drop. Okay, now I would like to start seeing some. Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh, those are rather coarse drops. That's interesting. But we got decent pattern on there. This one flipped over, so we might not have anything. Oh, we did get it. That looks like a great pattern to me. A little bit more than that one, which tells me that's, you know, in the overlap. So that if we would have flown another pass that way, it would have put some more drops on that paper. How's this one look, Rylan? Not bad. Smaller droplets. Not as coarse on this one. You can see some of them were moving when they hit it, but that's good coverage. I'm happy with that. That's good coverage.
Oh, this is not as good.
Well, these are just finer. There's still coverage on it. And now it starts to drop off a little bit. But again, we're outside of that pattern now. And did we get any out here? A little bit.
Oh, barely any.
Well, we don't really want to see any on this one. Yeah, there's still some. The breeze is blowing it this way, so you're going to get a little farther drift this way. But I don't know. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's try it again with a finer droplet size. Maybe we should go to a 30-foot or 32-foot spread pattern. I don't know if we'll notice much difference. I modified our parameters a little bit here. We set our paths out to 32 feet wide, which seems too wide to me. We went up to 3 gallons per acre, a little bit smaller droplet size at 400 microns instead of 500, which is coarse instead of very coarse. We're going to leave the speed the same. We went up to 12 feet instead of 10 feet, and there's our 31.3. Let's try this.
How fast can the thing go? Like
How fast can it go?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. No, not 100. We got to turn this obstacle avoidance on. Don't really need it here, but
enabled.
we're going to put it on because that's what
That's
we're doing.
an
Aircraft
enemy.
preparing to take off. Stand back at a safe distance.
That will never get old. That right there. Not going to get old. Well, I can see it spraying farther. More, it's the volume. Going to 3 gallons instead of 2.5, I can see more volume coming out of it. This might show it here, right in front of those trees. Yeah, it's like a shower. Oh, that is so freaking cool. All right, land it. Let's go check.
Something.
Ah, we got a little more on this one. Now we were flew a little bit closer to it, but we were higher with a higher volume, and so we got a good or decent there. Quite a bit more on this one, Rylan. Stay out of the light. That one big speck was from before. I did not change this paper, but all that was just from this flight. So I think that's good. This one was a brand new paper. That's good coverage. This one was a brand new paper. That's good coverage. This one was a brand new paper. I need a little. No, that's not bad. They're smaller droplets, but there's a bunch of them. That one looks good. That one looks good. That one looks good. 2 more. We should be lightening it up. And we got nothing here. Very, very little.
Yeah.
And nothing on that one. But that's what we expect, right? That's what we want. That's what we want. We went up to 64-foot spread pattern instead of 90. So, yeah, it's skewed that way. That's pretty good. I'm sure that there are more accurate and scientific ways to test this. But this is about as good as I can do, and I'm pretty happy with those results. You don't have to coat the entire leaf in the liquid in the fungicide. It's going to absorb into the leaf tissue and then translocate and move throughout that tissue. And so really I'm happy with that coverage. You got to remember, when you're spraying with a drone at 2.5 or 3 gallons per acre like we just did, you're putting on concentrated droplets. While a ground sprayer, you're going to use 15 or 20 gallons per acre, and you're going to have more volume of water coating those leaves. Each droplet has much less chemical in it. They're not as concentrated. And so airplanes, drones, helicopters can be really effective at low gallons because of how much the propellers and the down pressure spreads and distributes those droplets. I think it works pretty good. We'll test it some more in crop, in some corn, but for now, I'm happy with it. Dad's in tree clearing mode here. Got his backhoe excavator out. Excavator bulldozer combo machine. I think that one's coming down. Oh man, it is hot, especially when you get in a vehicle that's been closed. Holy cow, the sun is intense today. Rylan and I are gonna run to town. We need to see if we can find him some work boots. We need to see if we can find me some kind of an umbrella or shade for the drone trailer. We need some water, and we just need to not be working outside today, so we're gonna go for a drive. So, we'll see what we find. Successful trip. We found the kid some work boots. Better than his flip-flops he's been wearing for work in the last 2 weeks. So, gonna go find Grandpa and show him?
That he doesn't know where World King shoes are?
Yeah. Well, we had a successful trip. We found the kid some boots. We found a little canopy that I think will work. We'll have to test it tomorrow. A few other little odds and ends. Another sprinkler to water my wife's pumpkins out of that tank that we placed earlier. Did I show you that? I think I showed you that. Whatever. Anyway, my irrigation fertilizer tank is empty. We're gonna go get it and fill it up. Maybe the last time, maybe not the last time. I don't know. Machine is just finishing pass 5. It's coming right back to its home point now. I'm gonna start on pass number 6. Keep her pumping. We need some rain. Hope it rains tomorrow. All right, well, I went and refilled our fertilizer tank. We put about 250 gallons of ATS and used up the rest of that stuff that I had gotten the other day. And then the rest is 28. So we got our nitrogen and our sulfur right at tassel time. It's good. Some of that corn's looking a little stressed this afternoon at 90 degrees and hot and sunny and humid and dry. So the machine has started on its 5th? We on 5th? 6th pass. I don't remember. I'll have to go back and look. But yeah, we're starting over. It's working the north side, the sandy side that it's been 4 or 5 days since it was there, and it needs another shot. So we keep her running. I may drop the rate back down on the parts of the field. Like, I know once we get to like past 20, I know that we got good rate on with the fertilizer last time, so I may drop it to 5 gallons until we get back to the south side of the field, and then we'll up it to 10, and we're gonna use that tank up, and then that's probably, I don't know, we'll see how I feel about stuff, but it's all good. So tomorrow we fly. We're doing drone fungicide tomorrow. See how far we get, see how our setup works, but yeah, that's tomorrow's plan. Ah, my tank is empty. Just ran out. Better shut my pump off. So, is 250 gallons on that area enough? Gonna help. We'll see. I'll fill her up again tomorrow and go that way. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the thumbs up button. See you in the morning.